Welcome back to Paranormal Tedium and another episode in the series Rich's Complete and Utter Breakdown. The large facility is specifically equipped for me to safely take a look at the equipment used by ghost hunters in their pursuits to capture evidence of entities and other supernatural happenings and try to determine if they really are any use. Roll that there title sequence. The Humble Torch. How else would your discerning ghost hunter be able to see when rummaging around a supposedly haunted location in the middle of the night? Whoa, that's better. Patented by British inventor David Mizell in 1899, the torch has been helping ghost hunters stay upright and inadvertently create shadow people since this whole ghost hunting craze began. Most probably not long after the original Ghostbusters movie hit theatres back in 1984. Since their creation, torches can now be found in all manner of shapes, sizes and specialised uses. But did you know that's not all ghost hunters use a torch for? They're also spirit communication devices. No, really. If you're a paranormal show connoisseur, like what I is, then this will be of little surprise to you. Who needs sophisticated gadgetry for an entity to prove it's in the room with you, especially when you can just pop a torch on a flat surface and ask the spirits to turn it on and off for you?
If you don't like us, turn it on.
Please don't turn it on. Please don't. Ah! But here's the kicker. This can only be performed with one specific type of torch, the Mini Maglite. This is due to the twist-top nature of how you turn the torch on and off. Plus it only works with the xenon bulbs. It won't work with the newer LED versions. And here's why. Thermal expansion. Yay, physics! Yup, the only reason this trick works, and there's absolutely no doubt that it is just a cheap trick, is down to the thermal expansion and contraction of the plastic reflector. Before we go into the technical stuff, how about leaving a like for this vid? Also, show us some loving by subscribing to the channel, remembering to click the bell icon. Only you can help us reach our next milestone. Now let me take you through how the ghost hunter performs the trick. First, the torch must be manipulated to a loose connection point where it's almost on but not quite. Then the torch is placed on a surface, kitchen worktop, table or floor. An entity will be asked to prove its existence by turning on the torch. More questions and urgings will be issued if the torch doesn't turn on straight away, but after a short while the torch will turn on, to the delight or fear of all present.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the?
What a tit biscuit. To prove the torch coming on wasn't just a one-off, other questions will be asked, but this time the entity will be asked to turn the torch off, to which eventually the torch will do. Proof of the afterlife, if ever I saw it.
Oh my god.
Now we know how the trick works, let's get into why it works. As I mentioned earlier, it's all down to the thermal expansion and contraction of the plastic reflector that sits around the bulb, and also how the torch makes or breaks the electric circuit within when you turn it on and off. Let me show you with the help of this little graphic, which is absolutely not modified from the original Mini Maglite patent in any way, shape or form. This cutaway shows all the components within the torch. From top to bottom we have the lens, the reflector, the bulb assembly that incorporates the contacts, the batteries and the spring. Whilst researching for this, I came across an excellent vid by Burkhard Reich. He goes into minute detail with numerous experiments and visuals to explain exactly how the process works. I'll put a link below. Oh, and I can't continue without acknowledging the Kenny Biddle vid that put me onto the Reich vid in the first place. Kenny's a great watch. I'll link to his vid too. When the torch head is unscrewed to first turn the torch on, the spring pushes on the batteries, which in turn pushes on the bulb assembly. The contact makes connection with the torch case, which completes the circuit and the bulb illuminates. These incandescent xenon bulbs get very hot, which heats up the reflector and causes it to expand. By the way, this process won't work if the torch is cold. The bulb needs to be on for at least 20 to 30 seconds before the trick is tried. When in the loose connection position, the still warm reflector pushes down on the bulb assembly and keeps the bulb off. This gives the reflector time to cool, which makes it contract. This tinier movement allows the spring to expand and the bulb assembly is pushed up by the batteries. The connection is remade and illuminates the bulb. reheating the reflector and causing it to expand again, thus pushing down on the bulb assembly to break the connection, and the bulb goes out. Contract, light, expand, repeat. This cycle will continue for as long as there's power left in the batteries. All of this without any spectral intervention whatsoever. So the next time you see this in a ghost hunting show, you'll know exactly what's going on. And that's it for this episode. I apologise for it being a short one, as I say to all the ladies. But I'll have further breakdowns soon. Before you go, remember to take the time to like the vid. It does help us out. Also, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. That way you'll know... Bollocks. Never mind. See you next time. Fucking twat.